But at the end of the day, I truly believe this is the biggest advancement in the mobile phone industry since the launch of the App Store. Hello and welcome, I'm Tuvia and we talk all things product marketing and tech on this channel. So we've recently seen the launch of the new Samsung flagship mobile phones, the Samsung Galaxy S24, S24 Plus and S24 Ultra. And it's about this time every year that we begin asking the famous question, what actually makes a good smartphone? What the large companies try and do is compete in all different types of ways, because at the end of the day, just a candy bar style smartphone can only do so much, and we can only compete in so many levels. And so I think in the last few years, we've really seen the large manufacturers do small iterations, small gains, and I've talked about this multiple times on this channel. And those small gains really do add up to something large, which is why they keep doing it. But in reality for us, there really hasn't been a big moment in the smartphone world. If you pick up a flagship from Samsung, from Google, from Apple, they're really going to offer you a very similar experience. And so the world of hardware, how companies compete in the hardware world, really hasn't changed that much and really hasn't offered us as customers a rationale or a reason to switch from one to the other. So what does this have to do with anything, and especially what does it have to do with Samsung? Why have things changed this year? That, my friends, is a very good question. So let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy S24. On face value, there really isn't a lot that's changed since the last year's model, the S23. We've seen a chipset minor upgrade like we do every single year. Slightly smaller bezels, which means there's a slightly bigger screen, especially on the Plus and the Ultra models. Visually, they are identical, although the Ultra is made out of titanium, and if you just turned to the front and not shown the camera bezel, which of course is the iconic thing for the Samsung models, they might even mistake it for an iPhone. That is for another video. There are some better cameras. On the S23, they've gone from a 10 zoom 10 megapixel camera to a 5x zoom with a 50 megapixel camera. So although they'll still be binned, technically the 5x zoom will offer us as users a better picture. So all in all, small iterations, minor gains, and not a lot going on. I think I've said that sentence before many times on smartphone videos. So what's the big deal? What has Samsung done that has sparked me to make this video and for you to keep watching? So as we touched on the top of this video, there really hasn't been that major big announcement from any of the smartphone manufacturers since really, but I mean, we have seen small things like when the iPhone first launched. We've seen things that shook up the industry, like the removal of the headphone jack. We've seen some positive interactions like the addition of biometric login with Face and Touch ID. But since then, things have been a bit meh. Until the launch of the new Samsung Galaxy S24 range. Why, you ask? Because of something called Galaxy AI. Yes, I know AI is the new latest buzzword, but at the end of the day, I truly believe this is the biggest advancement in the mobile phone industry since the launch of the App Store. Oh, hi there. Didn't see you there. If you've been liking this video and all the content on this page, be that good girl or guy, give this video a like, share it around, and be sure to subscribe to my page. So, the why. Why is this such a big advancement? Well, for me, there are 5 main reasons. Let's go through them. Why has Galaxy AI's introduction been the game changer that I believe it will be? Well, really it's because unlike any other phone which has focused on AI somewhat, you've seen magic editors in the phones to crop your pictures and make them more fanciful, like change your face in the Galaxy Pixel and others. These are slightly different, and the rationale for it being different and for being a game changer is because Samsung has focused on the majority of apps which users use and can be used in a much more useful way. So let's go through them. Number 1 is the phone app. So what can be so amazing about a phone app? I mean, we all punch the numbers in, we call, we end it. We probably don't even know the numbers, so we click on our favorites and off we go. Well, from Samsung's perspective, the phone app is not just a communicator with your friends and family within your little circle, but rather a means to communicate internationally with some acquaintances, potentially some business meetings, and everything in between. So what they've introduced is the ability for live translation. Not you speak, you wait, person speaks, they wait, and translate in between, but rather as you speak, it gets translated on the other end. So we've seen some reviews for these. It's probably still in a bit of a beta mode now. It's not 100% perfect, and some even go to the point where they don't even translate the words correctly. So granted, all these things are still true, but you can see the end result. Once the AI model has been trained and tuned slightly and things get a lot better, can you imagine a world this opens up to? You no longer have to learn different languages. You can literally speak your language, get a response in your language, even though you both don't speak to each other in the same language. That is a truly amazing experience and can change the way that we talk internationally and even nationally to or next to our next door neighbors. The second thing is kind of in line with this AI model of being able to speak and translate in real time. And that's the use of the Samsung keyboard. So predictive text have been around for many, many years now, but this is something even better. Not only will the Samsung keyboard literally create sentences, paragraphs for you with simple prompts, just like ChatGPT, but it can even do different styles. So you can enter a sentence, change the style, and it'll pop out in the style of Shakespeare or anything in between, from action to comedic and anything like that. It's a real game changer for the way that you can talk to people. Potentially when you're not feeling the mood, you can change the style and the mood to suit what's going on between your messages. It's a really cool feature, and I think the way that it will be used, from potentially creating new documentation to writing some school notes and things like that, is really going to help a lot of people. Notes is next on the list. And I don't know about you, but me, as soon as I get an idea, I jump into my Notes app. Either I jot it down with an Apple Pencil on my iPad, I speak using Voice Assistant, or I just kind of doodle with my phone and just jot my idea down. And a lot of the times it's all over the place. So what Samsung AI have introduced here, or Galaxy AI, excuse me, is the ability for the AI to go in, read and review all your notes, put it into a fashion and amalgamate them so that makes sense, group them, even go into individual notes, add headers and bullet points and everything in between. So instead of your ideas being all over the place, it kind of mushes it all together, makes it make sense, and is easy for you to then go in, search, review, and do all the things that you need to do from your notes that you've done. And you don't have to worry about making groups and folders and things, because it just does it for you. And on the note of using the voice assistant, another great feature they've introduced with this Galaxy AI is the ability for you to use live transcription. So you can go into a meeting, put your phone down, and instead of it just recording what's happening, it can add speaker notes, add individual speakers based on where the sound is coming from. So it can do live transcription. Later on, it can do a summary for you. It's a real game changer if you're consistently going to meetings, don't have the time to write notes, and simply want a summary of what you listened to at the end. And leaving the best for last is kind of a new magic editor for your photos. So this can do a whole bunch of things. Unlike the Pixel Magic Editor, this editor for Samsung, you can literally move your individual people in the pictures to wherever you want with seemingly no limitations. What even is a picture? Not only that, you can then crop out the little image which is put onto the photos, which I believe is a good idea to say that this was AI generated or AI manipulated, but that can be cropped out later and no one will be the wiser. It can also take videos that you've done in the past that were potentially not slow motion and make them into slow motion videos. Something which is unbelievable. Turn any video into a slow motion video. And lastly, the computational photography has gotten a whole lot better. So the photos that you take on the phone itself can really rival the best of the smartphone cameras. So all in all, why I believe this is such a big game changer is because Samsung have not focused on most of the little gimmicky things, but rather utilize the apps which we all use every single day and added practical AI features that will really assist from beginners to your more advanced users get the most out of their smartphone. I think it's a real big win for Samsung, and I don't think people have realized just how big it is yet. I think Apple is sitting in their castle going, what can I do to join this bandwagon and compete on this level? Because I truly believe this is the new way in which we can compete. It's not about hardware anymore, it's all about how AI can be used in the most efficient way to better your needs. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Be that good girl or guy and give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, do a little extra good deed to bring a little light in the world. Until next time.